Kashin Koji's eyes, they bulge, just like, they literally bulge just like Jiraiya, as you know, when he was a frog. It kind of reminds us of the Sage Mode ability and the eyes that Jiraiya displayed. Think about what we know about Sage Mode. Sage Mode requires meditation and intense concentration. This therefore means Kashin Koji has training with fire and frogs just like Jiraiya himself. Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Boruto Chapter 48 was... It was flames, of course. What do you think I'm gonna say? Trash! Kashin Koji's battle with Ishiki Otsuski continues, and Naruto has learned that Amado planned to use him as a tool from the very beginning. As we explained in our previous videos, the philosophy and message of Boruto is tackling the subjective morality of technology on whether or not it's good or bad for society. The second message of the show is explaining the role of shinobi, as in, has the essence of being shinobi dwindled in peace times? Do they even have purpose anymore with the cultural change that took place? Boruto frequently tries to portray this message with characters such as Mirai Sarutobi, Himawari, Tenten with her shop, and even Naruto at one point assumes the shinobi essence has lost parts of its meaning but regains his hope through Sasuke and Boruto's new generation proving to him that they can learn. Isshiki Otsutsuki mentioned in Boruto Chapter 48 that shinobi are mere tools that shouldn't bother existing. Obviously, Ishiki's philosophy nor Amado's actions will sit right with Naruto, as he will find out the truth that Kashin Koji is a clone of his former sensei Jiraiya, which explains why he feels such a strong bond with him already and he wants to help him out in Chapter 48. Unlike Amado or Ishiki Otsuki, Naruto doesn't believe in this ideology that ninjas are tools, merely being used for an objective or goal. This is because Naruto understands the concept of ninshu that Hagoromo the Sage of Six Paths passed down when he created the concept of jutsu and ninja in the first place, resulting in his strong bond with Kashin Koji as he shares the qualities of his sensei Jiraiya. The teachings of ninshu needs to hold firm within the new generation, as the Boruto anime and manga tries to explore that with these new teams. Although we can admit many of these new teams are kinda trash. But this is one of the many reasons why I support Boruto, because it's consistent with its message and Boruto Chapter 48 has fleshed this out even more. I'd appreciate your support if you can smash that like button on the video, by the way, and the notification bell on the channel as we continue covering Boruto for you guys. As we continue from the last chapter, Ishiki revealed his true form using the karma he bestowed upon, you guessed it, Jigen! R.I.P. Jigen, man, I already miss you, fam! Now that he is in his Otsuki form, he easily overpowers Kashin Koji. In Chapter 46, Amado explained to Koji that Jigen is only at 10% power or less after his fight with Naruto and Sasuke. We even saw Jigen's body crackling, which further proved this fact. However, since Amado created this plan without telling Kashin Koji his true intentions, this is not the case anymore. Ishiki is now at 100% power, as Amado knew Jigen would be sacrificed to bring out his real transformation. This means the power difference between Ishiki against Naruto and Sasuke is even greater than before. On top of that, he also gained his original Dojutsu that increased his ocular capabilities. This is knowledge that Naruto and Sasuke will not have anymore on how his powers work. Let's not forget the webcam toad was destroyed in Chapter 47, right? So nothing after Ishiki's resurrection is being relayed back to the team. When they fought Jigen in their last fight in Chapter 38, Sasuke and Naruto gathered a bit of intel on the premise of his jutsu. However, now it's become slightly obsolete. This foreshadows the idea that since Kashin Koji is following the destiny of Jiraiya like Ishiki mentioned, he will inform Naruto and Sasuke of the intel he gained about Ishiki's new powers. Similar to how Jiraiya did this for Konoha before he died to pain. The difference is, Kashin Koji this time round survives, as Boruto is trying to highlight the message that your destiny, it can be paved through your own free will and actions. Think about how Neji died to a toothpick for Naruto by choosing his own path.
I believe I can fly. Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The concept of destiny is heavily explored in the Naruto universe. Ishiki believes that genes and humans have a predestined fate. The reason for this is because Otsutsuki have some sort of omniscient power to look into the future of said humans, therefore making it quite logical for their race to come to this conclusion. On top of that, Otsutsuki believe they are a superior race as they are galactic gods that go to planet extracting nutrients for themselves, living forever, whilst in the end all humans end up in the grave. The Boruto anime, for example, in the Jugo arc, it made his character come to the conclusion that he wants to be someone that can shape his own fate, as he witnessed Goose and the Duck having similar genetics but wondered why can one soar in the sky freely and the other cannot. Boruto wants to be someone that can liberate people from their shackles, even be it by their DNA or other predestined factors. The manga also portrays this message as Boruto promised his brother Kawaki that they will defy their fate by destroying the karma seal that they have been bestowed. Now, since Boruto has the pure eye, which Tonori Otsutsuki called the Star of Hope, he will be able to achieve this goal. However, all in all, this might end up being a contradiction just like it was with Naruto, as initially we were to believe that Naruto was paving his own destiny regardless of his misfortunes. However, later it was revealed he was the reincarnation of Asura.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts, these facts, it's not facts.
Okay, before we get deeper into the chapter, you guys should also follow us on Twitch, by the way, because we streamed ourselves reading the new chapter there in our initial reaction. Also, please can you check out the Reddit and post some memes or theories or any thoughts that you have, as I will be making a series where we will be featuring you, yes, you guys, in the videos, and we will have some fun in this community. Thank you to everyone who bought the Jigen and Asta merch, by the way. Use code Boruto48 to get 10% off. It will be in the pinned comment. All these lovely guys tweeting it to me saying they bought it. It looks actually as well, if I do say so myself. Coming back to the manga, Kashin Koji looks troubled. He throws a fireball jutsu on Ishiki's face, which instantly turns to nothing as it closes in towards Ishiki. Kashin Koji then comments how his jutsu are simply being shrunk in a blink of an eye, which showcases that Ishiki is clearly different and much stronger than he was inside Jigen. He then decides to use his Art of Raging Lion jutsu, which Jiraiya also used against Pain before his death, which once again could be another foreshadowing by Okyo Kodachi. He then follows by using his extended hair to wrap Ishiki in order to have control over the situation. But Ishiki literally gives Kashin Koji a reality check as he shrinks himself using his Hakuna Matata no Jutsu, flexing on him that he is nothing in comparison to him. Now, after dodging these attacks, Ishiki hovers in the air above him, which constantly perpetuates the level of ground control Ishiki has in this battle and his ideology. This alien is looking down on Jiraiya's clone like he is nothing but a mere excrement which is beneath him. He then follows to inform this fodder opponent on how his new Otsutsuki body is filled with immense power. But because of this very reason, it's just a matter of time that his body will break down due to it. The foundation Ishiki used to reincarnate himself was incompatible and not capable of holding his true power. That's why Amado explains later on in the chapter that Ishiki will prioritize Kawaki over any other objective. Kawaki is the one person that he found over the thousands and thousands of experiments killing human beings by using even Outer Path members that we saw in the recent anime Kara arc that is airing right now, by the way. Ishiki was traversing every single country to find a vessel, but Kawaki is the one and only person that can hold 100% of his power. So what does he end up doing? My man follows up with the typical bad guy move, or maybe due to his confidence, he informs Kashin Koji the exact amount of time his body has till it crumbles, which is at most 2 to 3 days.
Of course!
Ishiki continues to complain on how Kawaki also lost the karma seal, showing his annoyance at Amado, and he wants to kill him now. Kashin Koji, thinking he still has a chance of killing Ishiki, eggs him on, saying he cannot resurrect again if he dies now. Ishiki once again explains how much of a fool he is, explaining to him that he is a pathetic loser as he can't even grasp his situation. The reality is, Amado simply used Kashin Koji as he was just a tool to force Ishiki in activating the reincarnation with Jigen's karma. After that, Kashin Koji has no purpose, so pretty much Amado's plan is kinda like the Anbu previously that was run by Danzo. That's what they're trying to portray in the manga right now. Now, for some reason, in the manga, they did my man dirty, fam. They gave Kashin Koji like 2 out of 5 in the data analysis on his intellect because he still doesn't understand Amado's endgame, along with the level of difference between himself and Ishiki. Maybe it's because what Kashin Koji mentioned in the earlier chapters that maybe he is programmed just like Delta is. Kashin Koji then proceeds to go to Sage mode, preparing himself to go all out. This was actually what we've been saying since day one, by the way, and everyone doubted me like, balls deep, prediction jutsu is weak. Are you lot crazy, fam? Do you lot know that this jutsu is S tier, fam? How can anyone deny it? This balls deep prediction jutsu is just too powerful. I'll calm down now. I'm sorry. But anyway, to use Sage mode, one needs to have a mastery of natural energy. As we saw during the Pain fight, one of the Pain absorbed Naruto's natural energy, and this dude just blew up. Even Jiraiya wasn't able to master it fully. So this is a testament to Kashin Koji's strength as a clone. My man is probably stronger than Jiraiya, as he was holding his own against an Otsutsuki who was 1v2 against Sasuke and Naruto. And don't forget how easily Kashin Koji defeated Konoha in 5 seconds, by the way.
Know your fucking place, trash!
So how did this clone manage to clock this overpowered ability? Well, have you guys forgotten that Mitsuki also was a clone who, without any sort of training or exposure, was able to go to Sage mode? This is no different. Being programmed on a genetic level to have mastery and affinity over a certain jutsu and ability is shown to be plausible with technology. Jiraiya clone is obviously based on Prime Jiraiya, but also with some modifications to enhance it. We have already been told that Amado has modified every single Kara member to be at their best. We move back to Konoha, where Amado is going through his asylum agreement. Shikamaru added a clause letting Amado know that he cannot leave the village without his and Naruto's permission, which doesn't really bother Amado as he is safer in Konoha than outside of it. Katasuke also lets Amado know that with his presence, he will be able to utilize the research lab, as long as he meets certain conditions, like handing over his tech to Konoha. Now remember, Amado said to Kashin Koji in chapter 44 that he has taken all the data aggregate and files he needs from the Kara lab, and will use the facilities in Konoha to do whatever he needs for the plan to be created anyway. This shows how far Amado manipulated everyone from the very beginning, as he knew that they would allow him to do this due to the inorganic technology he developed that no one else seems to understand yet. Shikamaru then tells Amado to hurry and remove the exploding dog collar off his son, but Amado reveals that it was just a prank, bruh.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
Yeah, this old grandpa ass looking Google tech looking ass dude revealed that the collar wasn't even a bomb, fam. Amado then explained why he didn't need to place a real bomb collar on Shigadai. I think this dialogue was important as it showcases the level of intellect Amado actually has and the intel on Konoha. Not only is he a master of genetic engineering, but he has also mastered the art of social engineering. He then follows to tell Naruto that Koji ain't strong enough to beat Ishiki and he has to do the job, in which Naruto says, yeah, I'm ready, let me send reinforcements real quick to help him. It's also clear that Naruto feels uneasy letting Kashin Koji die. Amado tells Naruto that there is no point in going to Ishiki as he will come to Konoha, and if they leave Konoha right now, it will make it easier for Ishiki to counterattack by avoiding the fight against Naruto and Sasuke. Katasuke freaks out saying Konoha will be destroyed if Ishiki Otsuki comes, but Amado then responds by telling him to stop being a pansy, and it's easy to defend than to attack according to his logic. Amado suggests evacuating the civilians, in which Shikamaru orders Sai to take care of it. Naruto is frustrated. Oh my god, now I'm getting frustrated at doing all of this. Naruto is frustrated at hearing. Oh my god, guys, edit this out, edit this out.
No!
Naruto is frustrated at hearing all of this, and Amado also advises that Kawaki should be absent from the fight and hidden somewhere safe. But then again, when has a person who gets hidden to protect ever not been in a fight, right? So we know for sure Kawaki is going to come out and join in the fight against Ishiki Otsuki. Amado then adds that just in case Kawaki's location gets leaked, Naruto and Sasuke need to be around him to protect the best boy. You know, he's sexy ass, you know what I'm saying?
FBI, open up!
Best result is Kawaki being protected for long enough till Ishiki dies naturally within 3 days. All is lost if Ishiki manages to plant his karma on Kawaki. However, we know for a fact that no matter what, Ishiki Otsuski will prioritize Kawaki over his own death, for example. Even when Momoshiki died, he was still capable of giving Boruto the karma seal. If Ishiki finds out Kawaki's location, he would even skip fighting Naruto and Sasuke over it. Remember how in chapter 37, Jigen said to Naruto Naruto politely asks him that he doesn't really want to fight you and he doesn't really want to talk to Naruto, he just wants Kawaki back. But Naruto insisted to take him on. At the end of the day, Ishiki understands that Naruto, Amado, Katasuke, and even Sasuke don't understand how to get rid of the Karma Seal permanently. Amado's plan cannot happen again, guys. He gave the boys a fighting chance against Ishiki Otsutsuki when he was at his weakest, where his original body of Jigen has been so broken which leads him to be vulnerable. Amado's plan was to use this opportunity to get rid of the backup Karma Seal on Kawaki and bring about the real Ishiki, which worked perfectly. This plan cannot occur again in this manner, but if he does get the Karma Seal mark on Kawaki, this chance won't present itself because Kawaki is still a healthy vessel and is perfect. Now, as an audience who is looking at things retrospectively, we kinda can already assume what will happen. Kawaki having the karma during his future fight with Boruto is clearly evident that Ishiki succeeds in passing down his karma. As we all assumed using balls deep prediction jutsu as the community, we said that Ishiki Otsuski must be in Kawaki's body in the future since he is also utilizing his staff, and he said he sent Naruto somewhere, as in using space-time no jutsu that the karma has the capability of doing. On top of that, as we explained in our last Boruto chapter review, the pattern of karma in Kawaki's arm is just like the one given to him by Ishiki Otsuski previously, and we know each karma is unique to the Otsuki bestower since their DNA is unique to the chakra fruit they consume, which Amado explained in chapter 46. This means more than likely Ishiki succeeds in his plan. But coming back to the current situation in chapter 48, Amado's best plan of action is getting Naruto and Sasuke to actually defeat Ishiki Otsuski before he can even have a chance to do this. We then move back to the fight between Kashin Koji and himself. This fight is very painful to witness. Kashin Koji gets serious, activating his Sage mode, giving him the use of natural energy and dishes out another fireball jutsu. However, Ishiki once again shows him that all his efforts are futile, shrinking the fireball while rushing towards Kashin Koji to subdue him. Sadly, Kashin Koji is literally doing the same shit over and over again, thinking there might be a different result. It's like my sensei Einstein from the Anime Bullshit Academy I went to. He once said that the definition of insanity is expecting a result that's different from doing the same thing, right? I remember the days when I used to go to college and I was forced by my father to get my anime bullshit science degree, guys.
Do you want to become doctor or garbage man, huh? You answer this question to me right now.
Huh?
You tell me.
I want to be doctor, sir.
Huh?
I want to be a doctor.
That's a good bastard. That's good. Now you listen me, okay? Listen me, you do this exam. You my bitch for next 5 years.
Kashin Koji realizes that Ishiki shrinking Hakuna Matata no Jutsu is an ocular jutsu only activating when Ishiki sees his target. So Kashin Koji plans to create a screen of fire to hide himself, giving him a chance to surprise attack him. However, at this point, Ishiki just sees this as party tricks, literally telling Kashin Koji that he is boring and truly unimaginative using fire jutsu all the time. Kashin Koji, thinking he has the upper hand coming from behind with his giant ass massive Dama Rasengan, my guy, he straight fires it at Ishiki, telling him, no, you are boring!
Hey! Don't angry me.
Kashin Koji even asks Ishiki Otsuski to choose how he wants to die, getting ripped apart or being burnt alive. In a matter of seconds, Ishiki activates another moveset of his Dojutsu, where we literally see his eyes change form. The three massive stone pillars strike Kashin Koji, subduing him and planting him on the ground. Ishiki then explains his secret jutsu called Daikoko Ten. He says the pillars that were used to strike Kashin Koji were just ordinary columns, and that his jutsu allows him to store what he has shrunken in a dimension where time doesn't flow, and he can retrieve them whenever he wants. Now again, this is just proving that Balls Deep prediction jutsu may be coming true again, as remember Amado stated in the previous chapters that even he doesn't know where the 10 tails came from that Ishiki Otsuki had. Now how can he, because he doesn't know how this ocular jutsu works except for Ishiki. Ishiki must have hid this 10 tails from everyone in this dimension and took it out, as he can make it small and make it big, and he put it in that dimension information. There you go, guys. Anyway, Kashin Koji's left arm and legs are pretty much gone. Defeated and shamed, Kashin Koji lies on the floor as Ishiki continues to flex on him. The man retrieves his sexy ass coats from his timeless space along with a glass of wine. Now, although this may be the first time we are seeing this ability being explained to us, it's possible that Ishiki actually used this before whilst he was inside Jigen. Do you guys remember the time Delta smashed the tables and wine and Ishiki was able to just bring back a similar table including his wine and shit, drinking it? It's because he used this jutsu. Now, if you want to understand the meaning and the secret story and inspirations behind this new ocular jujutsu Ishiki Otsuki has, like its philosophy, I highly suggest watch the video that's being displayed to you right now and it will be in the pinned comments, because it's actually inspired from Japanese mythology where the person has 8 different powers. Now, one of the powers that Ishiki has displayed in Boruto Chapter 48 is where he is capable of storing an object using matter manipulation and then summoning it whenever he wants, in line to those inspirations in that video we explained. This would then tell us how Ishiki possibly brought about the 10 tails into the world, as I just mentioned. But coming back to the battle, Ishiki shows his pity towards Kashin Koji, telling him with his skill he should be able to tell the difference between their abilities and that he would die if he continued to fight him. Ishiki said it wasn't even his shinobi pride, but because he is stupid to trust Amado and he didn't want to believe Amado would use and betray him. Ishiki continues to dissect Kashin Koji's psyche, where in some weird way Ishiki seems to be breaking things down in order to help Kashin Koji understand himself better. He tells him that Amado perhaps had realized he had human weakness in him and that both of them had been betrayed and outmaneuvered by Amado himself. He even goes to tell Kashin Koji that he will relay any message to Amado before he kills him, showing him some sort of respect towards Jiraiya's clone. But as Ishiki offers this, he performs reverse summoning jutsu, summoning the toad to transport him away from death itself. However, Ishiki doesn't even seem bothered, as we explained earlier in the video that Koji heads off and he wants to go straight for Kawaki. With that, we move back to Konoha where Boruto is begging his father to let him fight alongside them against Ishiki Otsuki. Obviously, he gets shut down, but decides to get smart and tell Naruto that they lost against a weak Jigen, so how can they possibly face a stronger monster than before? Sasuke responds by putting Boruto in his place, telling him that Naruto and him are both willing to die for Konoha, and asks Boruto if he's willing to have the same resolve. Now, I know you guys must be wondering, will Naruto and Sasuke die? Well, we will be covering this in a future Boruto video explaining all the major signs regarding Sasuke's possible death, so be sure to hit the notification bell on the channel to make sure you get the video on time. But in the chapter, as you can see, before Boruto can answer the question, boy oh boy, Ishiki has entered the village, similar to how Pain showed up before destroying the whole of Konoha. Now, in the future, we see that Konoha is indeed destroyed, by the way. Could it be at this point Ishiki Otsuski has done it? Meaning that Konoha has been destroyed for 4 years? Insinuating that the village and system Naruto and Sasuke built is no more and the age of shinobi is indeed coming to an end? Or could it be that Ishiki performed this later on with Kawaki's body? At the end of the day, we can make presumptions that either Ishiki will negotiate with Naruto to give him Kawaki and he won't kill 1 million people and civilians, or Kawaki will give himself up for everyone's safety and not to witness Naruto die, or Ishiki finds Kawaki himself to bestow the karma himself. The next chapter is going to be flames and we all know it, so make sure to smash the like button for me. Follow us on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, wherever it may be, even Reddit. See you guys next time.